Welcome to Midnight Scream. Subscribe now and be right on time. Tonight's story begins with two mighty ships and one of the darkest mysteries in history. They called it the greatest Arctic expedition of its time. Two massive ships, over 130 men, armed with the best technology, the best supplies, and the pride of an empire. And yet, they vanished. No survivors. No answers. Only whispers of madness, starvation, and cannibalism. So, what really happened to the Franklin expedition? Let's go back to where it all began. Mid-19th century, Britain ruled the seas. The strongest army, the mightiest navy, and one last prize remained: the Northwest Passage, a frozen route above Canada, a shortcut linking the Atlantic to the Pacific. Whoever controlled it would control the future of world trade. In 1845, Britain launched its boldest mission yet. Two ships, Erebus, named after darkness; Terror, named after fear itself. On board, 134 men, led by Sir John Franklin, a 59-year-old naval veteran chosen for his polar experience. The ships were marvels of technology: iron-reinforced hulls, steam engines, and enough supplies for 3 years. Over 8,000 tins of preserved food. But there was a fatal flaw. The tins were sealed with lead, and that poison would slowly destroy them from the inside. On May 19, 1845, Erebus and Terror sailed out of England. By July, they were last seen near Baffin Bay. And then, silence. Months passed, then years. Not a single message returned. Britain sent more than 30 rescue missions, and what they uncovered was horrifying. 1850. On Beechy Island, 3 graves were found. Young sailors, frozen in the ice, faces perfectly preserved, clothes still intact. Tests later revealed high levels of lead in their bodies. Their food was killing them slowly, but the real nightmare was yet to come. 1859. A message was discovered on King William Island. The second part of it was terrifying. The ships had been trapped in ice since 1846. Franklin himself had died, and only 105 men remained. They abandoned the ships and began a desperate march south, dragging lifeboats across the frozen wasteland. In temperatures below 45 degrees, their bodies grew weaker, their minds unraveled. Rescue teams later found scattered bones along their path. Some bore knife marks, some were burned, skulls cracked open, brains consumed, proof of cannibalism. The Inuit people who lived in the Arctic told chilling stories of pale, desperate men wandering the ice, speaking strange tongues, one seen crouched by a fire, boiling human bones. The expedition had turned into a slow, gruesome massacre. But what about the ships? They had vanished for over 160 years, until 2014. The wreck of Erebus was finally discovered, eerily preserved on the seafloor. 2 years later, Terror was found too, almost untouched. Plates are still on shelves, papers into the drawers, as if time itself had stopped. Small boats told darker tales, 2 frozen bodies inside one lying as if asleep. The other was locked in place, still clutching a pistol. So why did they leave the ships? Why march to certain death, while everything they needed was left behind? Some say the lead poisoning drove them insane. Others blame scurvy, tuberculosis, or the relentless Arctic storms. Some argue the technology failed them, steam engines and coal taking up food storage. And Tucker whispers claim it was all a government experiment, or divine punishment for imperial pride. What we do know is this: the Franklin expedition entered the Arctic like an empire, and left it as ghosts. A tale of ambition, swallowed by the ice, and a mystery that haunted history for more than 150 years. And the chilling question remains: if you were one of them, would you have survived? More terrifying stories are waiting for you. Subscribe now and don't miss the next scream.